In 1997, David Bowie sold his own future for $55 million. Here's how: he took the royalties from 25 of his albums and turned them into a bond, basically an IOU that investors could buy. A top rating agency called Moody's said it was safe. Investment grade. Nothing to worry about. 7 years later, they quietly downgraded it to almost junk status. Why? Napster. Illegal downloads crushed music sales, and that safe income stream nearly fell apart. Bowie was fine, he'd already taken his money. But the people who bought that bond learned a hard lesson: passive income always comes with a trade-off. Do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so you never miss any of our future videos. Some of it is taxed at a lower rate. Here's something most people don't know: dividends from most regular U.S. stocks, if you've held them over 60 days, are taxed at a special lower rate, 0%, 15%, or 20%. Compare that to your paycheck, which can be taxed up to 37%. So someone with modest income could earn a few $1,000s in stock dividends and pay zero federal tax on it. This is one of the real reasons investors chase this kind of income: the tax code rewards owning things over working for a wage. We'll come back to why this doesn't apply to every type of passive income. It grows on its own, cheaply. Back in 1976, a man named John Bogle started a fund that simply copied the stock market instead of trying to beat it. People laughed and called it Bogle's Folly. Today, that same idea, now called an index fund, charges as little as 0.03% in fees. That's $3 a year for every $10,000 you invest, compared to 1% or more for older style funds. Historically, the stock market has grown about 10% a year on average. Leave $10,000 in there for 30 years and let it grow untouched, and it could turn into roughly $180,000, without you doing anything after the first deposit. Someone else takes on the risk. This is the hidden benefit in Bowie's story. By selling his royalties, he handed the risk to the buyer, an insurance company called Prudential. He kept his $55 million no matter what happened to the music industry afterward. This is similar to how a rental property or a REIT works. A REIT is a company that owns real estate and, by law, must pay out most of its profit as dividends. You take on some of that risk, and in exchange, you get paid regularly. You need money to make money. Every benefit above only works if you already have cash to invest. Earning 1% a year on $500,000 gets you $5,000. Earning 1% on $5,000 gets you $50. Passive income doesn't create money out of nothing, it just puts money you already have to work. The tax break has exceptions, and they matter. Remember that low tax rate on dividends? It doesn't apply to everything. REIT dividends, the real estate ones we just talked about, usually don't qualify for it. Instead, they're taxed like a regular paycheck, up to 37%. And if you make a lot of money from investments overall, more than $200,000 a year alone, or $250,000 as a couple, the government adds an extra 3.8% tax on top of that. So the tax advantage is real, but only for certain types of passive income. Assume it applies everywhere, and you could get a surprise bill. Nobody sees the risk coming until it's too late. In 1997, experts rated Bowie's bond as safe. Nobody predicted Napster would gut music sales a few years later. That's the real lesson: even income streams that look completely safe on paper can quietly fall apart when something unexpected happens. Putting all your eggs in one basket is risky. Some investors like buying individual stocks that pay steady dividends instead of a broad index fund. These feel safe because of their track record. But if just one of those companies cuts its dividend, your income takes a real hit, much more than if your money was spread across hundreds of companies at once. It's rarely 100% hands-off. Rental properties need repairs. REITs move up and down more than regular stocks when interest rates change. Even a simple index fund needs you to not panic and sell when the market drops, which happens every few years. Every passive income option is a trade. You give up your money, your time, or your certainty, and in return you get something, a lower tax bill, steady growth, or a fixed payment like Bowie's 7.9%. Want to keep more of your money after taxes? Regular dividend-paying stocks and index funds give you that edge. Want higher income right now and don't mind paying regular tax rates on it? REITs can make sense, as long as you know that going in. Want to hand off your risk the way Bowie did? That only works once you've built something worth selling in the first place. Passive income really can mean lower taxes and cheap, steady growth, but only for certain types of it, like regular dividend stocks and index funds. Other types, like REIT income or high investment earnings overall, get taxed just as hard as a paycheck, or harder. And even the safest-looking passive income, like a bond rated, investment grade, by Moody's itself, can quietly fall apart when something nobody predicted happens. The people who actually succeed at this aren't chasing free money. They know exactly which type of passive income they're choosing, and what it actually costs them, taxes included. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.